Okay, hello, welcome back to another video. Today, as you can tell by the title and the absolutely cinematic, gorgeous thumbnail, shout out Vic as my thumbnail editor, he's absolutely crushed this one. I'm going to be doing something which I've been tempted to do on the channel for a while, and that is playing blindfolded chess. Now, I'm actually, I need my eyes for the rest of this video. I am, in fact, blind in my left eye. This is, I just have been since birth, pretty much. If I close my eyes, I can see, like, blurry colors, but I can't read or anything. Probably look like a complete moron when I just did that. So I'm thinking, I've only got one eye anyway. Why not get rid of the other one? We're going to see if I can win a game of chess while blindfolded. We're going to see how difficult it is. It's something which I've dabbled in occasionally. I am roughly a 2200 rated player. That is not FIDE, that is leaguechessandchess.com rapid, roughly speaking. So I'm going to see how far I can get into a game. We are, of course, using the chestnut move. I showcased it on the channel about a week ago. It's an awesome self-moving chessboard that has voice recognition, such that I've of course got my mic here so you guys can hear me, but I've got my phone here, which is currently screen recording. It's the screen you can see on your right here is what I can currently see on my phone. Soon I'll not be able to see anything, and so I'm thinking, because I'm playing blindfolded, we're gonna go bot match, and then we're gonna go, I don't know, what elo level should I go for here? Okay, we're gonna ask ChatGPT. 1 second. I'm a roughly 2200 elo chess player. What strength should I be able to play to blindfolded? Okay, let's see. A rough guideline at 2200, 300 to 600 elo lower. Okay, we're gonna take that as a vaguely useful proxy. And so you know what? We're gonna go slap bang in the middle, 450 elo lower. At the moment, I'm like 2150. So what is that? 1700, which means elo level 7. We're going to take white because I don't want to set this whole process, and also the board needs to be oriented the right way in my head for the coordinates to make any sense. I am not a grandmaster. What the hell, you think I can play blindfolded with black? If you're wondering how I'm going to know what the board's played, you guys might not be able to hear it, but my phone is going to output the square that it was moved from and the square that it was moved to. That's also how I'm going to have to say things. That's one thing. The chestnut board, I mean, this is the coolest thing I've ever had and ever seen, but it would be cool if you could say pawn e4 instead. I'm going to have to say something like e2 e4 to move the pawn from e2 to e4. Maybe there's a way to change this and I'm just a moron. Maybe Chestnut can let me know in the comments of this video. But then my phone will let me know what black's replied, and I'm just gonna see how far I can get without completely losing track of everything. Let's click start. Okay, so let's don the blindfold. We got the Nike sponsorship and we are just gonna do it. Indeed. Okay, blindfold's on nice and tight. Flipping out, my nose are getting crushed. Actually, Nike aren't paying me for this product placement. I feel like, well, you're welcome to the CEO of Nike. They can get some free Will Taylor Chess product placement. Let's get it moving. You should be able to see the board on the left of the screen. Let's go. E2, E4. I think I forgot to, yep, I forgot to enable the voice mode. Okay, I've reset everything. I've actually enabled the voice mode now, so hopefully, if I say E2, E4, and listen out.
B7, B6.
Okay, hold on. I needed to be quiet and listen out for the engine's response because it's a relatively quiet voice coming from my phone. I think it's only quiet because I'm screen recording on my phone right now. I tried this out before and it was relatively loud, but we should be all ready to go. We've of course played e4. I might have mentioned it already, but you do have to say the square that the piece is currently on and then the square that you want the piece to go to. So instead of saying, of course, pawn e4 or like knight f3 or whatever, you'd have to say, well, as an example, d2, d4, if I wanted to push that central pawn and claim the space.
D7, D5.
Initially, that was kind of annoying, you know, trying to get used to saying, okay, e2, e4, instead of, you know, just an e4 or pawn to e4 or whatever. But actually, serendipitously, for the context of this video at least, it's going to allow me to mention things like saying e5. I can say e5, I'm considering e5 right now, and it will not input it. I have to say the starting square.
C8, A6.
Hold on. Oops. I thought you had to... Now that's wildly embarrassing. Maybe I didn't know... What? I thought I tried that so many times and it didn't work. So wait, oh, maybe I accidentally said something else. Okay, this is going to have been rather amusing, so I guess we're leaving it in the video. I can only assume that the board's just played pawn to e5. Which, I don't know, maybe I accidentally said the two moves consecutively. Maybe I accidentally said e4, e5. Well, I guess I've just said it now, e4, e5. Yeah, okay, so the engine played e5, because otherwise it would have just played e5. Clearly the only difficulty here comes from me, like, speaking with my thought process aloud. This would normally not be a problem at all. But did I hear that right? I mean, I did hear that right. At least I hope I did. I'm doing far too much talking. I need to focus on the game. Blindfold chess is way too hard to be commentating like this. But bishop a6? What? Okay. I mean, I'd really like to put my pawn on e6. Hold on. This, in fact, you know what? This is a test. Pawn to e6, pawn to e6, e6. Yeah, okay, I guess I must have, it's not working now, so I guess I must have somehow said the two squares consecutively. What an absolute fool. I think I'm going to trade that bishop off first, though. Although I'm bringing the knight into the game. But then if I don't, they're just going to play bishop takes f1. So f1, a6. We're going to start with getting that right out of there, sliding nicely along the diagonal. And presumably...
b8, a6.
Yeah, okay, they recapture with the knight. Fantastic. You know what? We've traded off the light square bishop. I'm thinking that the move e6 looks pretty tasty, although without my light square bishop, I guess I don't have like bishop d3, queen h5 ideas. Oh, my bandana is coming a little loose. I need to, or my blindfold rather. I might look like an idiot now with my ears pointing out. We're going to keep the ears tucked. Right, let's focus on the flipping game. Okay, so the knight on a6, where can that go? That should be able to go to c5 to b4. Oh, actually, no, I've got a pawn on d4, so I can't go to c5. I can't go to c7. I think that's a stupid loose piece. And I think if I start with d1, e2. Does that make sense? d1... Oh, okay. That took a little while to input, but we're good.
e7, e6.
e7, e6... What? What? Can I not just... I don't know what's going on here, but this might be an absolute blessing. This might be an absolute blessing. e2, a6. Surely. Right?
g8, e7.
g8, e7. What? He just developed the knight. Okay, that's a free piece. Nice. Right, this engine might have been a little foolish there. I don't know what the hell that was. But you know what? I've seen people do more stupid things, and I'm actually extremely happy about that because this might actually give me a chance of winning this game if I can be up a piece nice and early. What the hell? Okay, I guess it's time to develop in castle, right? We trade off the bishops. Or not all the bishops, of course, or both the bishops, I should say. Just the light square bishop. I think g1, f3. The microphone's here, right? Okay, g1, f3. I think. Hopefully.
e7, c6.
e7, c6, okay. But c6, you played b6, and didn't you play d5? So that's a hole right there on c6. That's some soft light squares. If I go queen back to a4, I'm threatening to win the knight, of course. But also, I guess my d-pawn's in the way. I'm not threatening to come over to the king side. I was kind of hoping I was. But maybe queen a4, there's an idea to go pawn c3 and then eventually bring the queen back to d1 and then some kind of h4, knight g5, queen h5, you know, king side attack. I think I'm going to go a6, a4 and hopefully
d8, d7.
Okay, d7, good. I haven't hung my queen. They break the pin. Fair. I do like the idea of c3, honestly. I think... I don't even want a castle, although playing blindfolded, that's probably a stupid intuition. I probably should get my king nice and safe, so I don't, you know, blunder any forks or something, some long-range shenanigans. Do you know what? I genuinely really like the idea of going c2, c3, and bringing the queen back maybe to d1.
f8, e7.
What's that? f8, e6? Huh? Why was that such a loud noise? I don't know if you guys heard that. f8, e7. Why did that? Oh, maybe it just like bumped into a pawn or something. Okay. That's just developing the bishop, right, to e7. To get ready to castle. Sure. Okay. I mean, maybe I just go bishop g5. Is that a stupid idea? Maybe? I don't think so, actually. c1, g5. It seems logical enough, right? I think.
e8, g8.
Wait, what? Oh, e8, g8. I was going to say, what the hell kind of move is that? They've, of course, castled, as I can hear by the shuffling of pieces. Right, in which... Isn't that a blunder? You've got a knight on c6 and queen on d7, and they both defend that bishop on e7. But if I go bishop takes, then if you take with the queen, the knight's loose in c6. I mean, that's a hole. You play b6 and d5. That is a loose pony, I think. Or, if bishop takes e7, knight takes, are you not hanging your queen? g5, e7. Okay, sometimes you have to enunciate quite well. g5, e7. It also doesn't help that I don't know where my phone is to speak into.
D7, E7,
D7. That's a free knight, right? That's another. I think this ostensibly 1700 rated Maya has hung both the ponies. This one was obviously a bit more of a tactic, but my queen's on A4, right? A4, C6. Surely. Please. Right?
F7, F6,
Wait, what? What was that? F7, F6? What? Oh, you push the pawn. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting used to this sort of new notation that I'm being introduced to here. I should be up 2 clean knights here, which, honestly, I mean, this is pre-movable almost as someone with a pair of eyes. As someone without a pair of eyes, this is still a legitimately massive challenge. I think I've got a pawn on D4 and on E5. I've got pawns on... Oh no, I've got a pawn on A2, then a pawn chain from B2, C3, D4, E5. That's why I've gone for F6, right? Okay. And then I think I have just F2, G2, and H2. My knight's on F3, my queen's on C6. My knight's on G1. Rooks are both on their home squares, haven't castled yet. Awesome. I think that's all my pieces. Yeah, because I traded my dark square bishop and my light square bishop on A6. Sweet, sweet. Okay, your queen's on E7. You are castled. You've just played F6. You've got a pawn on G7 and H7, and I guess E6 and D5 and B6, and then A7, C7. And then the rooks are obviously on F8 and A8, I think. So, I mean, I really want you to take there, actually, with that F6 pawn break. That just gives me my knight development. So, I think I'll just start with a nice, simple B1, D2. Presumably that's a good idea. Okay.
F6, E5,
65, perfect. Whoa. What the hell is going on? Okay, I don't know if the board's like malfunctioning or something. I'm hearing crazy movement. Hopefully everything's fine. I don't know, you guys will be able to see if a pawn just like ran into something, or I don't really know what's just happened there. Oh, I kind of want to glance to make sure everything's okay, but I'm just going to play on, and if things stop working, then I guess I'll find out, because I don't want to cheat here. I want to keep the blindfold on, especially given that I've kind of fluked this here, getting extremely lucky with that knight on A6. Right. F3, E5. Surely. This just has to be the right move. My knight's gorgeous.
E7, F6,
Wait, what? Oh, E7, F6. The queen comes to F6. I've got a rook on F1 though, right? No, I don't. I haven't castled yet. Ah, okay. Let's be careful. Let's be a little careful. Probably I should castle. I was thinking F6, you've got a rook on F8, I can go in for a fork here, but I might get mated. So, let's not let that happen. Let's instead just castle, right? And I believe you just say E1, G1, and that's like a long king move that entails castling. Perfect. I'm hearing some shuffling there. That should mean I've castled. And, oh, some adjusting perhaps. Hello?
A8, C8,
A8. C8? What? I guess, what, you want to defend the C pawn now? But surely now, surely now. Oh, I guess I could have played knight F3 as well instead of castling. Whatever. Do I not have... I think I'm spotting tactics. I mean, albeit they're very simple tactics, this might be some good stuff. Maybe I'm a decent player, after all. Do I not have... I'm going to say this now, blunder. What is it? E5, E6, E7, D7. Yeah, E7. I've realised I just said a bunch of notation out loud that I could have easily inputted and done something bad. Okay. E5, D7. Okay. Awesome. Please.
F6, F4,
6, F4. I think that's just a clean fork. I think that's a clean fork. Although F4, that's a dark square. My knight's on D2. F4, E3, D2. Interesting. My knight's attacked. Although your rooks are on C8 and F8. Your knight's on D7. My queen's on C6. You've not got an F pawn. You played F6. You do have an E pawn on E6. D5. Wait. My queen's on C6. Can I take that pawn with check? Although if I do so, I guess you play rook F7 and block, presumably. I could just take the rook. Surely. I just take, you take my knight, and I can at least take on like E6 or something. Although that feels like it gets confusing. Maybe I should just go knight F3. I guess I could just take on E6 first and then go knight F3. That might be kind of clean, actually. Oh, do you know what? Because then maybe I got knight G5 at some point. I should probably... Do you know what? C6, E6. Hello? C6, E6. Okay, flipping out, finally. Maybe I wasn't enunciating properly.
G8, H8.
Wait, what? It just moves the king? Huh? It doesn't even block with the rook and take it out of danger? I guess you walk straight into the pin. Okay, yeah, my enunciation there. Maybe, hold on, one sec. Let me just... Yeah, my mic's here, so my phone is down here. Right, I guess I need to be speaking also into my phone's... Maybe I should have put my phone close to my face, actually. I'm just going to speak into this vague vicinity and hope things work. Right. In which case? Oh, do you know what? D7, F8. Surely. You can take my knight on D2, no one cares. I've got a rook. It's a rook for a knight. I'm up so much material anyway.
C8, F8.
Okay. But now I can just move my knight. What? Okay. Unless I've, like, this whole time been mistaken and they can't have taken a knight on D2, I think I'm right about this. I definitely played B... Yeah, okay. D2, F3. I just want to get into that E5 hole.
H7, H6.
7, H6, okay. Sure. Do I not just go into the E5 hole? Right? I mean, H6, what does that do? You don't have an F pawn, so you've softened that G6 hole. Oh my god, wait, the king's on H8, the queen's on F4. There's a fork. So not only is this a good positional move, but F3, E5. Surely this is just a crazy threat of a fork as well. No?
F8, F6.
Wait, what the hell? Oh my lord, there's a rook. Okay. Yeah, sure. My queen's where? On E6, because I took that pawn. Okay. So F8, F6 is a problem. Interesting. What the hell? What's going on?
F4, F6.
Many hours later.
I'm going to be honest. I did not say that. Okay, maybe I need to look into how the voice dictation thing works a little better. And obviously the fact that I'm discussing moves currently does not help. You know, I thought it confuses things, but I didn't say E6, F6, did I? Unless I did. I probably did, you know? What an absolute idiot. I was about to say, I would have just had knight G6. That was a misclick. And a misclick of the tongue, really. God damn it. Can I do like a take back somehow? I can go back? No. Oh my lord, I was doing so well. And now I've blinded myself. That is not a good use of the English language at all. Oh man, that is upsetting. Well, to be honest, that is exactly what I thought the position looked like. Do you know what I think I can do, actually? If I do this, confirm, bot match, and then board editor, I think... Oh, hello. Hello. If I... How do I do this? Can I edit the FEN? Oh, hello. Interesting. Okay, apparently. In which case, if I scroll over here towards... Okay, do I know how FENs work? Yes, this is actually the only time where learning this is going to have been helpful. I need it to be 2 with a capital Q there, and then 2 lowercase p. Nice. Hold on. We're bringing it back. I need a rook on F6. So actually what I need now is a lowercase r and then a 1. Done. Oh my lord. And then I just need to put a queen on F4. And this should be the exact position we were in before that misclick of the tongue. Tongue clicks. I mean, this is a great little pun. So to put a queen on F4, I just need to go to the 4th row, which is this one here. And then it should be 3 pawn 1 lowercase q, and then 2. And if I do that, oh my lord. You're going to have to forgive the blatant cheating that's entailed by me removing this blindfold, but I was cooking. I think you can trust, hopefully, that I knew what was going on in the position, and I think I was about to talk about the knight G6 idea. I was thinking about that fork, so we're going to blindfold back up again, and we're going to convert this goddamn position. Okay, so let's first pull that nice and tight, and then we are going to go for, as I initially intended, E5, G6. Awesome.
H8, H7.
What the hell? Hold on. What are you talking about? Oh my lord, you can actually get away with that? Because my queen's hanging, right? Interest. I mean, it is still a queen trade. Like, what am I talking about? This is nice. Yeah, let's just take this. G6, F4. We're going to get that queen off the board. They're going to take ours, of course.
F6. E6.
Fine. Absolutely fine. Knights on F4. Wait, hold on. Can I not just... Hold on. You can't get away with that at all. What? F4, E6. And I can hear...
C7. C5.
I can hear the rook being whisked off the board. We should have loads of flipping material, and we don't have to worry about anything except pawns right now. Let's get this flipping game over. How am I going to do that? Okay. F2, F4. That's probably a decent move, right?
H7. G6.
H? Wait, what? Oh, the king moves, of course. The king moves G6. Fair. Wait, what was the pawn move that my opponent played last? I think it was the C pawn. Was it C6 or C5? I guess we can find out. This is kind of cheating. But D4, C5. Is it gonna... Wait, what? Okay, that like took way too long.
B6. C5.
What? Oh, B6, C4. Yeah, okay. Sure. But then C5, D5, E5, E6, where my knight is, because I took your rook there, because I came from F4. Yes. E6, C5. Okay. Fantastic. We're mopping up some pawns here.
G6. F5.
Okay. You come to F5, sure. Right, is there some crazy stuff I can do? Can I, because I mean, obviously I could just ladder this, but from F5, where can you go? Obviously I have my pawns on F4, so you can't go to... You can go sideways, basically. My pawn controls those squares. You can't go to E6. My knight's on C5. So I hold E6 and E4 is... Ooh, hold on. H2, H3. Let's try that one more time. I'm pretty sure my pawn is on H2. H2, H3. Okay, awesome. I just need to be very
G7.
careful.
G5.
Careful with my enunciation. Okay, G7, G5. Yeah, but now I have... Surely I have the... I was setting up the check, right? Okay, where's my phone? One sec. It's being slightly more temperamental right now. Okay, I'm going to speak into my phone. G2, G4. Okay, maybe I should have been doing this the whole time.
F5. F6.
That would have also made it a lot easier to hear what was going on. I don't know why I wasn't just holding my phone. Okay, do you know what? Let's bring the other rook in, right? A1, E1. If I just act like I'm on the phone. Hold on. A1, E1. Okay.
G5. F4.
Just being a little slow. Wait, what? They've taken? Hold on, but surely... Do I not have a rook on the F file? I think so, right? F1, F4. Nice. Nice.
F6. G5.
Okay, so the king steps across. Sure. But do I not have... Oh man, I'm getting confused. This has been a while of recording because there's been several technical difficulties. I think, presumably, E1, E5. Okay, nice. Maybe that slower cadence is actually a good idea.
G5. F4.
What? Wait, what? Am I stupid? What have I done? I thought I had a... I thought for some reason that was held on F4. But it's just not. So I literally just hung a rook. Did I not hang a rook on the previous move as well? Why did the engine not take it? Oh my... I suck so badly at this game. I think... this is the perils of playing blindfolded. Right, I'm still completely winning. Also, actually, my rook's on E5. Where's my knight? I traded on C5 and then took with my knight there. So, I can go to... I guess D3. C5, D3. I'm speaking into the wrong mic right now. Hopefully that went through. Okay, I'm holding the rook.
F4. G3.
Whoa, the king's coming in. The king's coming towards me. Hold on, this is mating net time. Pawn's on H3 and G4. I got rid of my F pawn, I think. Rook's on E5, knight's on D3. King's on G3. My king... Where the hell's my king? Probably on G1, right? Because I haven't moved it since I castled. So how do I hold on to H3? I can't come up. Could go rook H5. That's probably nonsense. Because then I lose control. Can I defend H3? Oh, wait, hold on. D3. D, E, F, G, A. Oh, D3, F2. Right?
D5. D4.
That's a good sign. Starting to move pawns is a good sign. Hold on. We're holding That with the knight, okay. Do you know what? C3, D4. I think. Yes? Okay, good. Flipping out. There was a eerie silence.
F3.
Hell are you going with that king? Okay, so full transparency, I completely forgot to put my phone on silent and a call just came through and I had to take it and it ruined everything. So I have yet again seen the board. I've not looked at it. Well, I just flipping out. It's impossible to not look at. I'm going to maintain eye contact with the camera. This is yet again, I mean, an absolute shambolic attempt at a video here. I really am a professional YouTuber. Hopefully I've managed to edit this together to make it pretty decent. But instead of keeping this sneaky glance at the board to myself, I thought I'd be, you know, nice and forthcoming with that information. But there's absolutely no way I'm re-recording this. So we're going to blindfold straight back up for like the billionth time in this video. I don't think any of the settings should have changed on anything. Okay, now I did see a pretty nice looking move, which was, I do believe, bringing the rook down one such that the knight holds it from f2. Now that is, I mean, there's an ill-gotten move, but I'm damn well playing it. f2, 3 or 4, yeah, okay. e5, e4, and this should be weaving a pretty nice mating there. I need to...
F3. F4.
What? Wait, what? What? That shouldn't be a legal move. Okay, this is all going wrong. How the hell? Why is my nut... I think I'm rage quitting. How many pawns do I have? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you know what's coming next. I'm going to finish this with my eyes well open. I think you know very well, very, very well how this video is going to end. Whenever you're playing chess and you find yourself a little frustrated, there's a wonderful thing you can do, and that is load the position against Martin and then do something so utterly barbaric that it lets out all the anger that you may have ever felt, and that's what we're going to do here. So we're just going to bring the knight here, of course. We're keeping the king nice and trapped. I need to keep hold of this pawn. There's a very specific reason I want to keep hold of this pawn, of course, and I'm going to go like this, and as long as we're holding this and this and this, I think, you know what, let's just cut this off, keep the king right there, and then we're going to push the pawn, and we're going to push the pawn, and we are going to go... Hold on, how are we going to do this? I don't know, bring the rook over here. Just cut this diagonal, and then very possibly we're just going to bring the rook... Well, we can wait a move. We can wait a move. And we can make, let's say, another knight. Let's say we give a check, a little check there, of course. We just want to get everything to a pre-movable position where right now what we can do, I do believe, is go here. We want to obviously get that pawn off the board, but not at the expense of one of our own. Bring the knight here. And what we've done is we've weaved, you know, we've constructed. Weaved sounds a little too gentle. We've constructed a prison here. A prison for the king to oscillate helplessly back and forth in. Back and forth helplessly. While all I now need to do is, of course, get these pawns over here. You know, get these pawns over here. I need to make, let's try it, third time lucky. A bishop, another bishop, and a rook, and then a queen. And... now that we don't need to worry about, you know, what's going on with this king here, we can give a check. You know, we can make sure the king's got some moves. We can give, you know, another... Actually, let's be careful here. Let's give another check. Again, we don't want to accidentally checkmate here, of course. We want to go like this. We want to go like this. We want to go like this and this. And we want to bring the king up here, the bishop back, the rook across, the king to e1, the bishop to its rightful place here. The queen can slot her way back to d1. We cut this now, and all that remains to be done, I tell you, is to put that knight on g1. And now, in fact, do you know what? Excuse me, let's go back here for a second, and just in keeping with the theme of the video, we're going to bring this up. We're going to go piece type, and we are going to go down here. Oh no, it's right here. To blindfold, of course. We're going to get rid of that, and now we're going to go queen here, and then of course we're going to go rook here, queen here, rook here, queen here, rook here, queen here, queen here, rook here, queen here, rook here, queen here. We're going to slap that rook straight back on h1, grab the queen, put it on d1, and that is going to be checkmate. In some sense, finishing the game blindfolded as we turn the pieces back on. Checkmate. Thank you immensely for watching. If you're interested in buying any chestnut products, by the way, check out the link in the description. I get a little commission off that, so, you know, if you're interested, there's big Black Friday discount sales. Use my link and code in the description if you fancy giving Will Taylor Chess a little bit of cash in his pocket and getting yourself a state-of-the-art electronic chessboard. Of course, if you have the disposable income to do so. Even if you're not remotely interested, I hope you enjoyed this video. A bit of a freaky one, but we got there in the end, and we ended in brutal fashion. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon if you're interested. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.